To turn on the microphone. Let's get the sound up. Yeah, yeah. All right, guys. I know it is Tuesday night. It's about 9 o'clock. I'm bored. I ain't got much going on, and I figured, why not? Let's talk. Same rules as the morning shows. No phone calls. You must be subscribed for 1 day. And I wanted to just talk something about Blizzard, and I figured a few other things too. As you know, Blizzard, or maybe you don't know, if you've been watching the quartering, you will know this. If you've been watching Bellier Games, you will know this. But if you haven't watched either, you may or may not know this. Blizzard / Activision has basically shut down the development of World of Warcraft, and has basically given a lot of the staff people the shaft. The original creator of Blizzard, Michael Monaghan, has left the company, and he had created his own interactive gaming studios. And so the question now is what is going to happen to World of Warcraft at this time? And I was thinking about this from when I was reading from the quartering and Bellier Games. And put the headphones on so I can make sure it sounds modulating here. Is what's going on in the gaming world, and why are MMOs, RPGs, suffering such horrible fates? And it's not just Blizzard, trust me. EverQuest, ESO, even Final Fantasy XIV is going to run into the same problem. Yeah. So it's going to definitely be an issue with the marketing of MMORPGs. As one person pointed out to me, the problem with most MMORPGs is that the companies are trying to constantly move the goalposts to try to make money. Money. Are we sunny in the rich gaming world? Unfortunately, the sad truth is companies like Blizzard, ESO, and others, EverQuest included, have done is that they have made it almost a game playing frustration for the average gamer. Like one person said for World of Warcraft that you can't really hit endgame. Well, the problem is that the reason you can't hit endgame is because they don't want you to hit endgame. Once you hit endgame, you're no longer going to have the money. I do, Monica. Panels open. Hailing frequencies are open. Standard link for the NASQ support group. So we're going to talk a little bit about the MMORPG scene, and we're going to talk about what both Bellular, Asmongold, and the quartering have said about gaming scene tonight, because it's kind of more. It's going to be a little more of a lighter discussion, but I think it needs to be addressed. First of all, it's called a multiplayer, massively online role-playing game. Okay? MMORPG. Well, we got plenty of MMO, but where's the RPG? It seems like most of these games have forgotten that there's another segment of the gaming population that don't play the game to just do dungeons, raids, quests, but also want to play Let's Pretend. Okay, they want to enjoy the immersion of the culture and the theme in the game. Unfortunately, the people of Blizzard, ESO, EverQuest, and probably a few others, have done is they have forgotten those guys and gals. Those are the ones that come into the game. They're not so much worried about trying to become the top of their class. They're more focused of having a good time. The RPG players, the role players, the role playing aspect. World of Warcraft has servers specifically focused for them. But the sad truth is that Blizzard has also done the same, and so many other MMOs have done the same game, putting lipstick on the same damn pig, and constantly coming up with new content, which is really regurgitated puke that they have been putting out for aeons. Monica wants to join us. Let's get her on here. Good morning, or afternoon in this case, or night.
Hey, Trouble.
Yeah, so like I was saying...
Hold on, I can't hear you. Hold on.
Okay, let me turn on the captions here.
Turn that off.
Yeah.
Be better. Is that better?
Yeah. So anyway,
So,
like I was saying,
I go get a job at night, and now you're going to start streaming at night?
I'm going to see how this one goes first. I'll see how this goes first. This is kind of a test run.
Yeah.
And see if we can get some new people to come on. It's the same guidelines as the morning stream. You have to be subscribed to my channel for 1 day.
Right.
There is no phone calls. There is no...
You're not going to allow bashing of you or anybody else in the chat. No drama.
Right. It's just a drama-free zone, just like the morning show is.
Okay.
So that's the goal. Anyway, we'll see how that works.
Yeah, that's how you find out.
Let's see if we can have a good show, get the views up.
Maybe we can get
this morning show was a little bit disappointing because we had 7 likes, which is great, but 9 dislikes. I can only suspect the 9 dislikes were from the non-subs who couldn't post their nasty stuff.
All that matters is that they're taking the time to leave either one. That's all the algorithm cares about is interaction. The algorithm could care less whether it's a thumb up or a thumb down, or if they could stick their tongue out at you. The algorithm could care less. So the trolls think that they're coming in and causing problems for you by doing a thumb down, but they're actually helping. That's why some people say they're your biggest fans. I don't think that people that want to come in and can't chat, aren't going to thumb you down. They'll wait and come in tomorrow and tell you off. But you could be right. I just don't want you to get all hung up on the thumb down thing.
I would always say with YouTube is, if I was YouTube, I would say person has to watch the video for more than 5 minutes before they can give you thumb up or thumb down.
Something like that. Because you know what? You're the only person I watch that I thumb up on the way in, because I support you, whether your show's fun or depressing or intellectual and intense.
Right.
I support you.
But tonight's topic is going to be kind of a little bit of everything.
Okay, let's go for it.
And as a game player yourself, you probably could even agree with me on some of this.
Some of it.
Some of these game companies are doing a cash grab on the subscriber. They are constantly using the same old rules, same old formula with expansions. But when you think about it, is the content really changed? I don't think so. What would happen
I don't know about World of Warcraft, but EverQuest, yes. Every expansion has been a different world, a different zone, different bosses, sometimes even different classes and races of characters.
Right.
EverQuest has stayed on their game. They just are small.
Yeah.
And it just takes too long to get to endgame. I have an 85 enchanter who has not moved in...
Well, they keep changing the goalposts. That's one of the reasons why it's getting harder and harder to reach endgame, because that's the way the companies are. They don't want you to reach endgame.
Right.
Because one minute you
Unless you
reach
live on
endgame
it.
is the minute you're going to probably say, my subscription is done.
Yeah.
And that's going to be when that company is going to go, we got to find that new content fast in order to keep those people playing.
I kind of think that the reason why they give us multiple characters that we can play is so that we can say, oh, look, I got, to end game with a dark elf or a druid. Now I'm going to try it with a wizard or a mage or, something different, a barbarian in my case. And so that's kind of one of the ways I think they try to keep us interested. But even if they don't keep changing the goalposts, it's too hard to get there. There's not enough players that pay enough money to go that far in the game. And that's what it boils down to is money. If you have real world money to spend to get the best equipment, to be able to fight the best bosses, to be able to get the best access, then you're going to do everything. But we don't.
And then, like I said, you got the role play gamers, the RPGers, the ones that also want to experience a part of the game that most of these games don't really focus on. Really, in some ways, they're more MMOs, and the RPG can go to hell. Basically,
yes, yeah.
The RPGers want to be immersed in the community and not just to go to the next dungeon, the next raid, to kill the next boss, to get the next level of loot and stuff. But they want to enjoy, the social aspect of the game.
Right. The like you said, the private, personal lives of the role player, because you are still playing a role in the MMORPG, Michelle. If you get in groups. If you get into a group, you have a role as a shadow priest or a paladin or a boss mage. You have a role. And so that's still role playing. But when you talk about, like you get your characters have personality quirks. And if you could use voice chat in a game, you'd probably give them different voices.
Yeah, you can give them different voices. Michelle can use voice chat. Except the problem is the way that she has it set up right now is a little bit of a pain. Yeah.
You want to take that one step further, and you want to do role playing RPG meets Second Life.
Right.
You want to be able to have the characters that you have in, for example, World of Warcraft, or even me, some of the characters I have in EverQuest, and you want to be able to see what their home's like and see what their childhood would be like, and they get married.
Or how about combining World of Warcraft with The Sims 4?
Something like that, yep.
You can now, not only are you a mage or a warrior or a warlock or whatever, but you're also, you have a family. You have family responsibilities.
But EverQuest did that. EverQuest tried that. They built houses.
Right.
And your husband or wife or whatever could move in the house with you. I wasn't there. I don't think they ever did the kid things, but I think they got away with the houses because when I went back a year or two later, I had an eviction box in my inventory that had all my property in it.
Okay. So I guess they decided that the housing for EverQuest wasn't going to work. Just like World of Warcraft never got housing. Never got player housing at all.
But World of Warcraft blew up. World of Warcraft was everything EverQuest wasn't. Everything that the few things that people hated, I mean hated about EverQuest, World of Warcraft fixed. It was the next step up. It was really EverQuest the next step. It really was. We lost a ton of players. The first couple years World of Warcraft was out, EverQuest lost half its servers.
So in some way, World of Warcraft is EverQuest the next generation.
The graphics, the seamless world, the 3D of the characters, the depth and the options that you have to create characters, so much more.
Right. But what's I'm worried about is the fact that Blizzard has shut down all new World of Warcraft development. This is what I'm concerned about.
Really?
And the founder of Blizzard has left the company. Mike Mannheim has left and has started his own gaming studios. And I wonder if Activision is going to basically just kill the game and say screw it. And then I wonder if maybe Mike Monahan might just buy it back and say, well, we're finishing it. Because originally when World of Warcraft was created, it was created by passionate individuals that loved gaming for gaming. They weren't interested so much in the money-making aspect of it. Right. The same was true with World of War. Same thing was true with EverQuest when EverQuest got started.
Yep.
Before Sony Entertainment got its little paws into it and then kind of trashed it.
Well, if you remember, EverQuest used to be owned by, originally it was by Sony.
Right.
BMG, Sony BMG or something like that. And they sold. So maybe Blizzard will do that. Maybe Activision or whoever it is that owns World of Warcraft will do that. Maybe they'll sell it.
Or maybe they might even Mike Monahan might just buy it back because it originally was his project.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, there are things that World of Warcraft really, I think they can really they really need to finish. First of all, Silvermoon, as beautiful as it is, it's stagnant. I mean, you can go in there, it never changes. It never will grow because the way the game development cycle was after it was created in the Burning Crusade, it was basically that is the way Silvermoon looks. It looks it was like originally it was a hash job, it was a hack job, it was a half rush job to try to create the Blood Elves and the Draenei. The same thing with the Exodar Draenei ship is the same deal. It's basically actually built in the same zone as Silvermoon. It just doesn't look like it's the same zone because they got these gateways. But they're actually in the same zone. So instead of using the whole zone for just Silvermoon, to combine it with the zone for the Exodar, the Draenei ship. Just really kind of a hack job, a rush job, but people liked the Burning Crusade, so it was never a big loss for anybody.
So, what do you want them to do with Silvermoon that's different? Do you want changing seasons like we have in EverQuest?
You know what? I would love to have them show more weather. It never rains in Silvermoon.
Do you have day and night in Silvermoon?
They have day and night, yeah. We have day and night. But they have day and night cycles. But it never rains in Silvermoon. I mean, it's just always a nice autumn day. Like I pointed out in my story, it makes sense in some ways. As you can see, the sun well gives you nice weather. Gee, we sure could use the sun well on the West Coast, couldn't we?
Yeah.
Nice, steady weather, no drought, no drying up reservoirs, no dying animals from heat. Just nice weather all year round.
I agree.
Farmers would love it, you know? Crops would grow great. I agree. You know,
it just sounds like
your crops are automatically watered. You don't have to worry about watering them. You probably just got to worry about feral tenders basically going and running amok. That's about all.
Right. Oh, hi, Ollie. Hi, Oral Ollie. How are you?
How you doing, Oral? Liked and share you. Thanks. Thank you very much. This is an experimental thing. I was going to do a video on this. I said, nah, let's go live. Let's see what would happen if we go live, since it would be great to see how many people actually show up in the night shows versus the morning shows. Because the morning shows...
You might get more viewers if I'm not on.
No, I don't think so. I mean, I think probably we would have gotten more viewers if we didn't have the 1 day subscription requirement.
Well, if you don't like it, if you're not happy with it, Michelle, change it. It's your channel. We were just suggesting that you give every option, the 3 options you were thinking about, an equal amount of time. Everything had 2 weeks, but 24 hours. You do what you want to do. It's your channel, Michelle. If you think we had better turnout with 1 hour, then do 1 hour.
Well, I think the 1 hour for some people might be a little easier for
it gives them time to calm down. If they're upset about something, it still gives them time to calm down so they don't come in off the rails. But another thing you have to remember
because
is
I
at
think
night,
a week was a little
you
bit
don't have as many
long.
mods. You don't
I
have
think
as
the
many
week was
mods
a
at
little
night.
bit long because I think what was happening was people were like, it's like waiting in line to get a gun permit, and then you want to
Yes, week was
purchase
a
your
little long.
favorite Glock, right? And all of a sudden
Yeah,
you
I
find
agree
out,
with
I'm
you.
sorry, there's a 2-week waiting list before I can give you this after the paperwork is confirmed by the FBI. Oh, then why would I wanted to go hunting this weekend?
No,
Well,
I agree with you. She did used to do a night show every night, Oral, but it was not the show that Michelle wanted. It was a show that other people wanted that she just put up with,
right,
and she was
exactly.
tired of it. She was tired of it. Michelle is fine for a laugh.
And now
Michelle's
that the
fine for
weather's going to
jokes.
start calming down and cooling down, tomorrow is going to be much more hospitable. It's going to be easier for the week to maybe see about sneaking a few night shows in now and then to kind of spicing up the pie.
Yeah, that's fine. I need to talk to the mods and see if we can find someone that can come on and help you out at night, because I'm going to be working 5 nights a week, Michelle. Only 3 hours, but I'm going to be working. So
yeah. Say, what kind of job do you have anyway?
I'm just going to go flip some burgers at McDonald's. That's all.
So you're going to be working in the grill, McDonald's.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to be doing presentation actually, where I'll be the person that hands the food out the window.
Okay.
Makes drinks and hands the food out the window. So it'll be not too hard for me. They know that I'm disabled. They know I can't be on my feet very long, but they like that I'm willing to work anywhere between 6 and midnight for 3 hours, because that's the shift they have trouble with in the fall.
Well, that's good. Still, it'll make a nice difference at $10 an hour or whatever.
Help. Michelle, it's going to help a ton, because my husband can't work the hours he used to work. He just can't. And
he's getting old too.
Yeah, and until I can get my disability approved, I got to do this. We're running out of money before the week's out. It's happening every week. It used to be every couple weeks, but it's happening every week.
Bills are going up.
Expenses are going up. I can't believe my food bill has gone up $50 in the last 2 weeks. Every week, just for food, $50.
Right.
Things that used to cost me $2.25 or $3.25.
Right. Same thing from here too.
But exactly, it's cat food. My little cat dinners I feed my cats at night used to be 34 cents a can. They're 64 cents a can.
Yeah.
It's adding up. It just all adds up.
Yeah, it does. And the thing is, don't forget too, is the fact is that you and I both know that we're both getting older. It's not as easy as it used to be to do a lot of the stuff. I would much rather be sitting around talking on the phone doing customer service, but nobody wants to just give me 3 or 4 hours doing customer service. No. So I don't think you could even. I think emotionally, I don't think you would be able to handle it.
I don't think so now lately either. My stuff's getting pretty bad. You're right.
Because I mean, it's stressful. I mean, some of the stories you're going to probably end up hearing will probably basically make you just going to go to your boss and say, "Excuse me, I need a timeout."
Yeah, I'm gonna go cry for an hour. Leave me alone.
Cry me a river. Here, put it into me while you're at it.
Yeah. Excuse me, I'm disabled. You can't make fun of me, fucker.
Yeah.
Excuse my French, but yeah. But no, Oral. Michelle did used to do a show every night, and she loved it. And don't get me wrong, anybody who's listening, because I see we got a couple lurkers. Michelle likes the jokes. The funny stuff is fine. What she doesn't like, because I mean, Skunk Ape comes in here and cuts a rug with us all day long, and nobody gets mad at him because he doesn't cross the line. He doesn't make fun of Michelle and pick on Michelle. He doesn't go in very much into racism. Sometimes a little questionable, but nothing ridiculous and obvious.
Right. And the phone calls with the hearing loss was miserable for me. I mean, it's like,
it was hard for you.
And they were taking advantage of that, using nasally voices specifically so that I couldn't understand a word they were saying.
Yeah, I don't think they did that on purpose. I hope not. I know that some of them were the same person calling multiple times.
Right.
But I don't think all of them were trying to screw with you, but there were probably some that were, yes. You're right.
Yeah.
But I know Skynet. He was funny. That one time he called in and said, Michelle, I just heard this boom in the distance. And then this air raid siren goes off. And then his phone goes dead.
Yeah, I remember that. And the thing is that and then he started to go really dark.
Well, and when you asked him to help you keep the channel cleaned up so you don't lose monetization, he wouldn't do it. He kept going back over that line. Yeah.
No, we don't take phone calls anymore because of the reasons we just explained. It was just too much to handle.
And primarily also, don't forget, Michelle's got her hearing loss. It's not getting better. And the phone calls were really hard for her. And so unless she's got somebody physically there with her to do the calls for her, it's not something that I think that we will see coming back. But I wouldn't wipe it off the board completely.
I mean, we might do some telephone interviews in the future if we can get more people to want to be part of the show. I don't know.
Even just some of your fans. Maybe even just some of your fans. Get Gianni to see if he would do a phone interview with you. Maybe Ollie would. Ollie's been around YouTube a long time. Maybe Ollie would.
Well, let me just see how many people are actually watching right now anyway, because this is a this is kind of impromptu, so I wonder how many people are watching this right now.
You've got 9 that I see right now.
I got 9 people, 5 likes. Let's keep the likes up, guys. It wouldn't hurt any.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I mean, I would like to get more of the night show back, but I don't want to deal with what had happened in the end. It was the point where I felt like I was being a punching bag, more or less.
Yeah. Well, and you always did, Michelle. Anybody who goes back and listens to your old shows, night shows, can tell. Exactly.
Yeah. And of course, the thing is that we have focused so much on time. Like Ed said to me, he says, when do you ever plan to do a night show? Ed asked me that question, and I said, I don't plan on it, but
maybe when it cools down.
Right now, he's having a hard time because he's having gut inflammation, so he's not doing a lot except laying in bed right now. And
that makes sense,
so he's not really in the mood to do much. So, and I figured, well, I'm bored. It's kind of hard to sleep in the bed when you're wedged between the bed and the wall. And I was like, I gotta get up. I gotta do something. I mean, he needs to bed. He's a guy. He sprawls. He stretches out. And of course, I try to find my little corner. And of course, I got pressure points in my body. They're getting crunched. And I was like, ow. I couldn't sleep any longer. I was like, I gotta get up and do something. Anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. For the people on the stream, if you were a newcomer, and I'm sure there are some new subbers, please understand you need to be subbed for 1 day before you can comment on these or post in the live chat.
You can change that. You can change it anytime you want to an hour.
I can change it anytime I want. I know that. Okay.
Yep. Okay.
And just for the hell of it, one time we set the stream for 30 years.
We did. Nobody could type.
All of a sudden, the whole chat group went dead.
Dead. Yeah, that was funny.
I wonder if we could actually set it for 30 centuries. I didn't see centuries in there.
Wouldn't that be funny though? That'd be funny. Let's see. That's the thing. Hi, honey.
Okay,
hold on. I'll be right back, Michelle. I got to talk to that guy I married a minute.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the point is that, so the point is, here's how this works. For those of you who are wondering why we use this guideline, the first of all is we'd like people to subscribe to the channel. We'd like you to show up with your real name. I mean, with your real account, not with a million sock puppets, okay? But if you can't, for whatever reason, sub to the channel You got a day to look around before you can post your comment. So take a look at what's out here. Watch the replays. Watch the shows, so you can get to understand the flow.
Michelle, just let everybody also know, I just released all of your old videos all the way back to the very beginning that were green. So they have a lot more to watch now.
Okay, that's right. A lot more content. Live streams are restored to all of you guys. So now you guys can see more of the old shows. And the reason we took so much time to do this was we want to make sure that my employer, aka Susan Wojcicki, aka the boss, is happy, because she pays my check each month. And the money we get is what keeps this channel going. Okay. So it makes it kind of frustrating because we want to grow and we want to encourage more positive chats. Oh, yes. Please do check out the online store. I mean, it does exist. And do check out the Patreon page. The Patreon page is where you'll see not just the Silvermoon AM 1610 stuff, which I haven't uploaded the very latest one yet. I got to get that up there. But also you can see the other things that we're working on in the background too. Things that we can't post here because of copyrights. The Silvermoon Radio AM 1610 shows are there on the Patreon. Audio streams are $5 a month to listen to. The video streams are $10 a month to listen to and watch, along with other videos. Of course, the Discord group is doing fine. We are still running the Discord group. We are planning on working on some new Discord projects. One of them is we want to work on a radio serial. That would kind of tie in with the AM 1610 Silvermoon, where we could have radio night, radio show nights, like radio comedies and stuff, locally produced, so that people can enjoy, like Quest Last Times. We read the script out loud here, and when that also ties in with the book we're writing, which is going to be available soon too. So. But anyway, the point is so what is the future of MMORPGs? I want to get back to that because that's what we started out with. First thing I'm going to say right now, companies, you're only looking at a small aspect of the thing. Take a look, if you will, at the Star Trek universe. Might as well. I mean, I know it's not a game, but it certainly did have game creations from Star Trek. Star Trek the old series, Star Trek Deep Space Nine, Star Trek Next Generation, Voyager, Enterprise. Okay, books, novels, games, science fiction conventions. Okay, all of that stuff started because of the wonderful work of Gene Roddenberry. There is nobody who would disagree with that. You see people dressed up as Bajorans, Klingons, Vulcans, Romulans, and yet people go to these things and have a good old time, and nobody even sits there and goes, or at least none that I know of, that goes, I'm sorry, but those ears do not look very Vulcan-like. Because they sell, because Cosplay FX has ears that could be used for Vulcans. People want to play Vulcans, but don't know of any other ear provider. They're very short elf ears, but they could be used for Vulcans. Okay. There's books, novels. I mean, right now, for the World of Warcraft, the only novels are written by Christy Golden. That's it. She's the only author that writes all the novels for World of Warcraft. Simon & Schuster.
If you want me to look into it, Michelle, I'll figure out who to contact to see if you can write for World of Warcraft fan fiction. I don't see any reason why you couldn't. You're good.
I don't know who writes fan fiction or who published fan fiction, but because, like I said, that is something that Bellular has said that maybe Blizzard is thinking about licensing out the World of Warcraft franchise to more people to create stories for, or create artwork for, or games for. That would be fantastic. Blizzard, started something that could be potentially be just like Paramount did with Star Trek, the old series.
Yep.
All of a sudden you got conventions, you got books, you got costumes, you got cosplay, you got, hey, why not? I mean, there are people that want to immerse themselves in the Azorian culture. They want to be a major part of that. In some ways, Azeroth, for some people, is kind of like, I mean, well, I know it's kind of weird to think about it. It's kind of like heaven. I mean, in some ways, it's kind of like hell.
I wouldn't disagree with you.
It's different, It's different.
Yep. It's got a cult following, just like Star Trek and Star Wars. World of Warcraft has a cult following. EverQuest has a cult following. RuneScape, old school, has a cult following. They still have live streams with the moderators and the developers on YouTube, and that's RuneScape, and that's the granddaddy of all the MMORPGs.
Right.
I play it. I
so
like it.
Like we already know that EverQuest continued on where RuneScape didn't have it. Like the artwork, the graphics. When EverQuest came out, the graphics were, for the time, were revolutionary. But then, of course, like you said, World of Warcraft did one better with the graphics.
Mm-hmm.
And it still evolves today, the graphics. Final Fantasy XIV seems, of course, be evolving where, World of Warcraft left off. But, I mean, I would really be very sad to see the day when the servers, you never know what Activision's going to do. You might wake up one day and get an email message from Blizzard saying, attention, World of Warcraft fans, as of this date, as of in 2 months, all servers are closing down. You need to basically finish leveling up. And after that, your membership will expire and you cannot renew. Jeez.
I don't think that'll happen, because there's probably still a million people that play it, that are subscribed to it, or more. They'll probably do just like EverQuest did and start merging servers.
Yeah, they might merge servers.
So, like with EverQuest, we started out on the Seventh Hammer server, and they merged us with Lannisterville server, and then they merged us with another server, I think Chenier, and just they just kept merging us.
They might basically combine them, and then they just might use a CNAME entry to refer to the old server, so people don't have to worry about trying to change.
Yeah, you'll just log in and pick your server, and it'll take you there. Is what'll happen. It'll be seamless. But if they do it like EverQuest,
I heard a bell ding dong donation or something. A subscriber. I think I heard a subscriber. Yeah. So we got a subscriber.
We did. I didn't see it.
So let me turn that actually on so I can see this.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah,
you're using
capture device.
OBS. Take advantage of OBS.
Yeah, so let me switch over to the ones that can show me on the screen with the chat and no phone. There we go.
Oh, sure.
Now we can see it. There's me without
when the chat's on the screen.
Okay.
I can't moderate that.
It's similar to the other one. It's just that we don't have the chat on the screen right now because of the. We can put the chat on the screen.
Because Monica, your favorite moderator, can't moderate the chat on the screen.
All right. Well, there you go. So you can see, we can still do the chat, guys. So those of you who just wanted to see it. So
oh no, there it is.
We just leave it turned off. Yeah.
That's it. I hate it. I'm going on strike. I'm just kidding, Michelle.
Yeah. So anyway, that's That's why we don't have it on the screen, because it was just confused the hell out of everybody.
Well, it's just if something does happen, and it doesn't happen very often.
It's
anymore,
easier
so
not
it's
to have
probably
it on
not
the
a big
screen.
deal.
And also the
It
fact is that most people can read the chat replay. Or if we see an important question, we'll read it out loud anyway.
You always do. Most of the time,
Usually-
your chats are small enough. You can pay attention to both your panel and your chat. But when your chats are big enough, you have great moderators that say, Michelle, we got a question here. And you always go right back to the chat.
Right. Sometimes I miss them. Yeah, sometimes I do miss them.
But not very often. You do still, and I point them out to you when you do.
And that's another thing too. Remember too, guys, that I am multiple handicapped. So you have to understand where things take a little longer for me to get to everything, because, you know, I have to watch this chat. I have to watch the phone. I used to watch the phones. I used to, listen to the moderators in the chat group. Plus, I had the public chat group. Plus, we had a lot of people, and it was a lot of stuff to juggle.
I know.
And so we simplified things a lot.
Michelle, that it's a big change for you, but aren't you honestly? Are you happier with the shows now than you were 3 months ago?
Yeah, because I feel like people get a chance to know the real me.
Mm-hmm. I wish we had somebody in our group that could make you an awesome intro that you could play at the beginning of your videos that would say, MicheleMarieDalene overcoming all kinds of obstacles, blindness, deafness, Asperger's, broken knee or shattered knee. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that would remind everybody every time you start the stream.
And don't forget too that, I gotta work on so many inconsistencies in the draft of the book, but basically is eventually I would like to try to read the finished writing out on camera. And maybe wouldn't it be interesting if we had a series of different readers reading the different parts?
Yes.
But that's what we're going to do, the radio script, because the radio script is formatted for that purpose. You can read. Well, the radio script is like listening to a radio show, because that's what it's focused for.
Even if somebody else just read your story, even just a few pages of it out loud just to the group, maybe that person would read it differently. I know I would read it differently than you do, because I was taught to read differently than you were. I was taught to do expressions and do pauses in the commas, and you just kind of read it.
Yeah. And just like my Mac reads it differently than me.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Everybody reads it different, so it wouldn't hurt. And yeah, maybe we could just take it and convert it into a serial script with seasons, whatever you want to do. Like I said, Andrew's aim, Krell said to check out Krell's website. Krell does voices. He said he'd be happy to help you with some voices. He probably could help you with sound effects too.
Yeah, sound effects.
A lot of people.
Costless times. The face off between Michele and Savannah Swinrunner definitely is going to need sound effects. The sound of breaking bones. The sound of hitting the desk. The smacked against the Adobe wall.
Yeah. The cackle or crackle of a spell being cracked.
The sound of somebody groaning in pain. Like, visualize how much that must have hurt to have your wrists crushed.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think it's going to be. I think it's going to be a lot more louder and pain. Maybe almost a shriek.
Agony. One time I have this problem where I get Charlie horses in my legs. One time I got them in both legs at the same time.
Ouch, ouch, ouch.
I thought I was going to die. I slid off my chair. I laid on the ground. Because if you flop your legs around, it kind of helps. So I'm flopping my legs around. I'm screaming. My kids come running in. My husband comes running in. And he says, "Did you forget to take your potassium?" I said, "Yes, I did."
Well, it's funny because I did buy potassium pills, but I never used them. Because my doctor said, be careful with potassium. Don't use too much of it at once.
Yep. Well, and those potassium pills are gigantic. They get stuck in my throat. I don't like them. I'd rather eat a couple bananas.
Really? Okay, so you're a prescription version.
Yeah, my prescription version is huge out here.
I bought the OTC ones. I bought the over-the-counter version. Vitamins.
I haven't ever checked them out. I guess I could, huh? Yeah. They might be smaller.
They are smaller. The mine will apparently look like the gel caps. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, well, you can always eat a lot of bananas. Bananas are good for that.
Good.
Yeah.
They are. But I got to tell you,
but as long as I take my daily multivitamin supplement, I do fine. But if I don't, I feel it. You know.
Do you?
Yeah.
I noticed since I started drinking more water because of the heat exhaustion I had, I have more energy.
Yeah. Because your water is your lubricant, so your body needs that.
Yep, I have more energy. I just am more alert. I'm less likely to nap during the day. It's nice.
Yeah, absolutely. Water will do it. I mean, it's as I said, they say it's a lubricant for the body.
Yep.
Yeah. Already we're down to 3 viewers, but that's okay.
Yeah. Well, it's going to take some time. We got to have a better topic. You and I can talk forever about MMORPGs because you and I get into them.
Yeah.
Not everybody does, and you know that.
Well, I think, like I said, I still think that the idea is that they really need to, if they want to get more role playing going, they got to make it easier because you're I don't know how they could do it, but the point is, like you said, the end game is part of the problem.
Well,
when these MMOs, they're all doing the same thing. They keep moving the goalposts for the end game, but at the same time, they keep coming up with the same content. It just changed the names, changed the colors, changed the skins. But is it really any different?
EverQuest doesn't, but it's always a new zone, a new boss, a new task, a new dungeon. I get what you're saying. It's repetitive. Yeah. How do you become creative, though, and change something like that? I mean, I don't know. I think
that's one reason why I wonder what would happen if they were to combine The Sims with World of Warcraft. What would that game be like?
That'd be badass. That would be badass.
Yeah, Sims 3. Sims 4 is garbage. Sims 3, definitely.
Isn't Sims 4 the one where your character can get pregnant and the baby literally takes on traits from mom and dad?
Right. That one is, I think that's also in Sims 3 expansion pack.
Is it? Yeah, I think my daughters agree with you. I think they like 3 better than 4. They play 3 more than 4.
I like the
at
first least one. In 3, at least your Sims are more autonomous. Kind of. I mean, they can kind of take care of themselves more. Where with 3, it's like I have to be like a perpetual nag. And then the Sims that they're kind of like a turd on the plate going, "You talking to me?"
Well, yeah, and in Sims 1, you had to keep their energy up. I ended up always buying that rejuvenator, that little robotic-looking shower thing that you could get to skin. You can get on for free online, and I used to get that and just put them in there and let that fill their stats because it was impossible to do it on my own. If I had a town full of Sims I created, I couldn't do it on my own.
Yeah, but and the thing is too is that. If you see in my Sims 4, my Silvermoon city, where I turned that into an 11-bedroom house. But you can only have 8 Sims in a family.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you going to do with the other rooms? B&B. Airbnb type thing, right?
Oh, yeah.
Guess what? Yeah. No, you can't because they don't have the option of having a motel, hotel, bed and breakfast. So you got all these extra rooms and you can't even do anything with it.
Well, then why what kind of crap is that, house, Michelle? Did you not know that when you made the 11-bedroom house?
I did not know about the cap when I built the 11-bedroom house.
Okay. Okay. I was going to say, I don't think Michelle would have done that if she'd have known ahead of time. That's just how
I mean,
well I
it's
know
great
you.
if you
But
get visitors, I guess. I mean,
yeah, a guest bedroom.
hey
Now,
guys, I got about 6 guest bedrooms for you.
Can you still kill your Sims and have them haunt your house?
Can you kill you? Still can't have them haunt? I think so. I think that's part of another package. Which actually, I did have one sim die, and she does haunt the house.
We used to make a swimming pool and have everybody go swimming, and then take the ladders out.
Oh, okay. I've never tried that one. For those of you
Cool.
who never seen my Sims 4 Silvermoon, let me just tell you, it's badass. It's right below somebody else's creation of Silvermoon City in miniature, for lack of a better term. The fits in the house lot.
Really?
This
Oh,
is an underground house. I'll show it to you on private. It is.
okay.
I showed it in a few of my live streams in the past. It was huge. It's huge. It's got like 2
Yeah,
entrances,
you
11
used to play.
bedrooms.
You used to play. You used to play Sims a lot on your gaming channel.
Yeah. Yeah, I did. But then I kind of got a little bit frustrated with Sims 4. And then I started playing Sims 3. And that was fun for a while. But then again, there wasn't much you could do with Michelle and Lumi in the game because we're both the same sex. So you couldn't get them
Have
pregnant.
babies. Yeah.
And
Well,
of
how come you
course,
don't just make Lumi? How come you just don't make Lumi male?
no, she's female.
She's female. Okay.
She's
And
the
Michelle's not
Aquarius on
male.
the Virgo. We're married in
Okay.
the game.
Oh, okay. Well, I know, and you're married in real life, and
And we're married
she's
in
your
real life. We're
soulmate.
married in the game too.
She's your soulmate. I
Yeah.
know this.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing is that I think that, like Michelle said, is it's summer, it's hot. No one's going to want to go out there and play games in the summer when the heat is ready to kill you.
Not unless they got central air, Michelle. They ain't doing it.
I don't have central air, so unfortunately, I have to deal with
Yeah.
what the temperatures when they are when they get hot like that.
It's so humid here today that my swamp coolers are blowing warm air.
I believe it.
It sucks. But
Yeah.
they only work in low humidity, and I don't know why it's so
No,
humid
they
here
don't.
today.
No,
We
they
don't
don't.
have any overcast. There's no indication of lake effect rain coming. Nothing. But I'm hoping my snow.
But the
queen gives me
humidity
some
is
snow this
there.
year.
So you know what you should do? You know, I'm surprised the your state doesn't do that. Put a big giant pile of dehumidifiers out there in big industrial grade ones. Connect them all in drain lines all together and just pour them into the water reservoir.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That way you got your water. It's all in the air. So just
Yep.
evaporate it out.
Yep. It is true. You're 100% right. It is.
You know, right now the humidity in Winston is pretty good. We just get a big dousing of rain. Poor Rusty was a soggy moggy.
Oh. Smelled like wet dog or wet kitty when he came in.
Yeah, he was a wet cat.
It's 93 degrees Fahrenheit right now here, and our humidity is, well, right now it's 26%, so it's finally going down.
Yeah.
But my wind is 12 miles an hour out of the southeast.
All right, let me get my forecast out here. Where is it?
And my mosquito activity is high.
Oh, we have no bugs right now.
Yeah, I know.
All right, let's get my information.
Okay.
What is the humidity in Winston, Connecticut?
The humidity in Winston, Connecticut is currently 100%.
However, the temperature is 18 degrees Celsius right now.
64 Fahrenheit.
Yeah. And
64 Fahrenheit.
Tuesday, it's going to be...
And it says, my records say, in your area, mosquito activity is very high.
Well, excuse me, I haven't seen any.
That's cool. That's good. Don't complain about that.
But the air quality in my area sucks.
I have your area on my weather map.
Yeah, look at
First
the
it shows my
air
city and then it
quality
shows
index.
yours.
It was like in the 130s.
Air
unhealthy.
quality? I don't think mine shows air quality. Let me see. Stargazing, it shows UV low. Doesn't show air quality. That's stupid, Google. Come on now. Winstead, it shows UV is low as well. Has a precipitation, 1 mile an hour wind out of the west-northwest. And stargazing is poor. That's what mine shows.
Yeah.
But I'm also on a Google Android app.
Well, right now I'm looking at the immediate temperatures for the next few days. Tuesday, which is today. Right now it's 19 degrees. Tomorrow it's going to be 22, 21, 23, 22, 22. And then by next Wednesday it'll be 26, and then Thursday will be 26. So it's going to be cooler for the next few days. So
that's good.
Yeah, that's going to make a difference because it's not going to be as hot and humid.
Yeah.
You know. So maybe I can get some World of Warcraft in lately, but some ways I haven't been really probably because of the weather. I haven't felt motivated to play anything.
Ours is going down too. I'm excited. I want rain. When's rain coming? There's a 51% chance of rain on Friday.
Oh, that's good.
Yes, we need it desperately.
Is it going to be a long soaker, though? That's what you need.
I hope so. We do. We desperately do.
You need a long soaker, not a short little sprinkle.
Especially the places out, that feed the water to California. They don't get any water from us, but...
Right. But California has the ability to run a desalination plant still in San Diego. And I believe they have one also maybe in San Fran.
But they don't run them, do they?
So they could theoretically get the seawater, desalinate it, and then send it to the city for drinking water. And you're going to say, well, what do you do with the salt? Well, you can send it to East Coast in the wintertime, because we'll probably need it.
True.
Because we're going to get a lot of snow this year. Yeah. A lot of snow. Well, anyway.
I hope so, Snow Queen. I have a Snow Queen in my back pocket. I want snow in Utah this year, dang it.
Yeah. We'll see what happens for this winter. I think we're going to see some snow. At least I got to try to get something done there.
So, back to the World of Warcraft stuff. Have you ever been on their forums and talked with other people, see if you guys can put a petition together?
There's a couple different forums. There's a Blizzard forums. There's also the Wowhead forums, which are not Blizzard, but I've been on both. Not specifically about this, because the problem is the ones on Blizzard, the people all feel that Activision doesn't give a damn. And you know what? I think Activision doesn't care. Either way.
Yeah.
Because they're probably saying, if you don't like it, go find another game.
Yeah, that's true.
Your microphones get as bad connection again.
Again? God damn it. Okay, hang on.
Yeah.
Go back.
That's better.
How's that?
Yeah. Well, anyway, guys, I know it's a short stream. It's an hour long. We did reach out to people. We are trying to do at least tonight one to see how many people came. But just in case you want to know, we will be live tomorrow at 10 a.m. U.S. Eastern Time.
Okay.
So, don't feel disheartened. Come to the morning show. Come hang out with us.
Yep.
And if you are a new subscriber, you can chat after you subscribe for one day. Yep. If you were a troll that subscribed, hoping to speak for one day, and then unsub and think that you can come back again, resub, and think you get immediate chat access. Sorry, every time you unsub, you have to wait another day. So
exactly,
it's not like, okay, I'm a troll. I subbed for one day. I chatted for a little bit. I got mad. I unsubbed. Now I resub again to pester you in the next stream just to find out you can't chat. Well, guess what? That doesn't work that way. If
And
you're
it's pretty
smart,
much
you
as
keep
soon as
yourself
we
subbed, and then you can always talk.
and pretty much as soon as we figure out you're a troll, you're gone anyway. So don't even bother.
Yeah. Well, if
Better
you're really
clean.
trying to grow a channel, wait, Skunk Ape.
Skunk
No,
Ape!
we're not taking calls.
I know, not right now, Skunk. He would be one that would be fun to let call in if he wanted to. He's just got a good sense of humor, Michelle. I like him.
Yeah, the problem is though, we already talked about my hearing loss, how it sucks.
I know. And that's the biggest problem, and we haven't
That's the
figured out a way
biggest
to
problem with
overcome
the
that.
phones that we had was the hearing loss. And the fact
Other
is
than the
that there's no
trolls.
to my
Right.
knowledge, there's no equalization filtering to make
Well,
up for where
other than
frequencies I can hear.
Other than the trolls and the hate, it was your hearing loss because you missed it because you couldn't hear it.
Yeah.
And so we started trying to, well, I did. Leo tried to, but I was louder. Tried to overtalk them so they couldn't say what they were going to say, but it didn't help.
Yeah. And sometimes it was just getting very confusing too because they were using voices that were being very hard to understand.
Exactly. Yep. They were trying to
Yeah.
disguise their voices. And I understand some of them were just trying to give you content. They were people that cared about you. We all know that Soup Kitchen Pete was a character that somebody else created. We don't care. It was funny as long as it wasn't rude to you.
That was kind
As
of
long
funny.
as it wasn't rude to you. It's like Gianni said. I started out watching this funny lady, fixing radios with a screwdriver she held right next to her eye, and I ended up loving her.
Yeah.
And most of the people do, Michelle. So even Skunk Ape does her. He wouldn't keep coming back.
Well, the thing is, guys, is we can work on trying to get some new content. I mean, there's no reason we couldn't do some of the other things that we used to do. Like, for example, I did a video where I was resoldering some XLR plugs. I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about the right way to wire an XLR plug connector for microphones, and
that can help. That can help people. That could be helpful. People always go to YouTube and say, "How do I fix my blah 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 blah?"
Right.
And there's YouTube videos out there for everything, and that's a good thing to provide to people.
Audio video gear is something I have to work with every day, so
yeah,
putting new connectors on isn't exactly
and then
uncommon.
remember the suggestion that we made in chat in Discord about a quiz where we just get I'll look up some general random questions and you just ask them. And I'll help tally. I'll help tally who got what right, and we go from there.
Speaking of Lolly, where is she?
I don't know. Did somebody say something about Lolly? I didn't.
Okay, well, I'm just saying this. I wonder where Lolly has been because she hasn't been here.
She has been AF away from YouTube for a couple days now. I don't know what's going on. Last time I talked to her, I wasn't feeling really good, and I was just letting her know I was going to be away from YouTube for the day, and that you was hoping she would pop on, and she said she would as soon as she could, but that was a couple days ago.
Yeah, maybe I've heard you think you said that she fell.
Well, somebody says she fell. I don't know if it was really her. I don't know, Michelle, and I'm not going to judge because I really, honestly don't care as long as she's not hurt. As long as she doesn't hurt other people, I don't care what she does offline. I really don't.
Right. Well, I mean, I don't want her physically to have been hurt herself either. But
I hope that's not the case.
Right.
But somebody did record what sounded like
person falling,
or somebody in the room with her fell, and that person had a very hard time getting up.
Right.
And it sounded a lot like Lolly, but I don't. Lolly says it wasn't her, and I'm not gonna say yes it was because I don't know for sure. I'm not gonna argue with her. She's never given me a reason to doubt her yet. So, even people who didn't like her, Michelle, come to your stream, get to know her.
What makes you think Lolly would be quitting YouTube?
I don't know. She might be. I don't know. John said he went on early this morning with a breaking news stream, and he said she would be with him later today, but she hasn't been. He hasn't been on. So I don't know.
Well, maybe
I can reach out to her again.
Maybe she really
and
is
just check
having
on her.
maybe she is having a physical problem right now.
Yeah, I'll check on her on Twitter. You can check on her too. She likes you. Just reach out to her.
No, she never got back to me in any messages I posted recently, so I don't know.
Okay, I'll reach out to her because she usually answers me within a day or two.
Yeah.
So I'll reach out to her, just check on her and stuff.
Yeah. So basically, Craig, we're doing fine. Just.
Oh, is that Craig?
Yeah, he was in the chat. He said hello to us.
Hi, Craig.
Yeah. So I mean, like I said, this is just kind of a spur of the moment night show thing because I was bored and figured we'll see how many people show up in the night show. And also just to clarify, as I said, for the people that sub, the rules, just so you understand, you have to be subbed for 1 day before you can join us in the chats. But you can comment and the videos are over.
Absolutely. And Michelle reads every comment.
Yeah, I do.
Do not think that that's me. That is all Michelle. Now, if your comment gets deleted, that is YouTube. Michelle won't delete your comment unless it's outright racist.
Absolutely
or outright
right.
attacking somebody.
That's a good thing you mentioned about YouTube because YouTube has done that a few times.
They do it a lot, and people complain about it a lot. But
when people wonder why YouTube deletes comments or what YouTube's guidelines of deleting comments are, and I can't tell you, I don't know.
I don't know. I think Roger Brown is doing some research into it, and he said he would be bringing forth a video soon explaining what's going on and how it's happening. So,
well, let me just tell you, I think the management and YouTube is seriously got a big problem with identity, and I think that I'm trying to keep it polite, but just to say is that the captain of the ship doesn't know which way they're steering the damn thing, and they're going to smash into an iceberg if they're not careful. And I'm talking about Susan Wojcicki particularly. She is a far leftist, racist marshmallow, for lack of a better name. And I mean, she is about my age, and she acts like it's okay to be liberal. It's kind of okay to push the defunding the police movement on this, blah, 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 blah. Well, first of all, I don't think that makes any sense. In fact, a lot of towns are pushing back against the defund the police movement, just so you understand, because they're so sick of the crime waves that are coming up across the country.
Yeah.
In fact, some of them are actually planning to hire new police to make up for all the police that they lost. Because I'm trying to quit smoking. Yeah, I understand that. So we pointed out this morning that I've been using chewing tobacco since 1983 when I was a 8th grade. I've been using it for a long time. Used to buy it.
How often do you use it now, Michelle?
Not much. The can of it will last me about a month. So not that much.
Good. But, that causes cancer in the mouth too,
Yeah, but I never got cancer in the mouth. But that doesn't mean that, yeah.
Well,
let's put it this way. What's worse, cancer in the mouth or cancer in the lungs? Now, I sing, so I also have asthma. So which do you want?
I don't know.
Do you want to be able to breathe and at least make happy noises, or would you like to be, or would you like to seriously be like horking out your lungs every time you try to sing any kind of music?
Okay, that's fair. I sound like shit because I smoke. I get it. I get it, Michelle. I get it.
Yeah, I get it. Don't worry.
But while I do have that gruff, gravelly voice of a smoker, I still have my jaw and my lower lip.
I still have my jaw. I still got almost all my teeth, but 2. But I didn't lose them from tobacco.
I don't think so. If you're using a can a month, I really doubt it.
Right. I used to use a can a week when I was in high school.
Yeah, it's more of a nicotine addiction that you're just kind of curtailing at this point.
Curtailing it big time. Michelle's actually cut back a lot since her high school years. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, nobody wants to kiss somebody who chews either.
I don't think it's necessarily worse than kissing an ashtray. At least At least it's not burnt tobacco.
It's true.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah, so like I said, it's just the night show. I don't know how many people are going to be. I'm going to be comparing the stats from tonight's show with the day show. See how they do. This is why we kept the same format because I want to see if the numbers changed. I mean, this is impromptu.
Okay.
This wasn't even scheduled. People don't even have a clue.
No, they didn't. And some of your good people, look, Michelle even says, or Craig's even talking. He says, Michelle, if they keep the shenanigans up with the police department, they won't have any police to hire. 2,000 New York City cops put in early retirement because they're done with being treated like crap.
Yeah, Craig says, Michelle, if they keep the shenanigans up with the police department, they won't have any police to hire. 2,000 New York cops put in early retirement because they're done with being treated like crap.
Oh, Michelle,
this one is just going to be like World of Azeroth, and everybody's going to be carrying their own buckler and sword, and basically going to have to fight their own enemies.
Well, and nobody wants to be a police officer anymore because they don't get any respect because everybody's all, I don't got to show you my ID. I don't got to do this. I don't got to do that. You have no authority.
Yeah, I would agree with you. I ain't got no respect. Yeah, okay.
Those men and women in blue
absolutely
run
true.
In when everybody else is running out. They run in. They ran into the Twin Towers when everybody else was running out.
Right.
They're just like soldiers. They should get a lot more respect.
Same thing in the fire department. Same thing in the Port Authority Fire Department going in to rescue as many people from the Twin Towers.
Especially the fire department because that's their full-time job. But police not only uphold the law, they also rescue people. And I hate.
Right.
No, I'm not saying. I worked for my city. And part of the job for my city, we purchased and maintained all of the city vehicles, and that included all of the police vehicles. So when they came in for maintenance or anything like that, I interacted with those policemen. And let me tell you, some of them act like they are God because they have a badge. But the vast majority of them, Michelle, they're just like me and you.
Right.
They have a sense of humor. They have wives and kids and things that they like that aren't involved with being a police officer. They're normal people. But if they had to throw themselves in front of a bullet to save an innocent person's life, they do it.
Skunk Apes just found out my 85-year-old dad has not been eating. He gets Meals on Wheels. I just came from the house. He gave me one to try. The most disgusting thing I ever tried to eat. I spit it out after the first bite. Well, you know what?
Wow.
Sometimes the soup kitchen lunches are not exactly that much better. It depends. But the difference is that the soup kitchen doesn't charge me for the food. Yeah. And it's Meals on Feet. I'm the one who gets them. I'm the one who picks them up for me and Ed.
And Meals on Wheels costs money, right?
Right.
He pays for that. Oh, that's horrible, Skunk Ape.
Yeah.
Your dad needs to eat.
You need to tell me you were chewing tobacco back in the day. I don't remember anybody in high school that chewed tobacco all my life other than the news guys. I'm 73.
Wow.
The news guys. The news guys. What? Does high school newspaper?
Craig, did you go to Vietnam, Craig? Were you in the Vietnam War? That's good.
Craig, were you in the Vietnam War that Monica was wondering? Did you serve in the Vietnam War since you're 73? I went to the grocery store and stocked his freezer. You know what I would do? I'm sure your father would agree with me on this. Cancel his Meals on Wheels. He's paying for that shit. All right.
Yeah, save him the money.
Save him money.
Save his money. Yeah, save his money.
It's not like it's free. The soup kitchen is truly free. I mean, sure, it's pain in the leg. I gotta walk down, grab the food, bring it back, put it in the refrigerator for me and Ed for later. Today's macaroni and cheese with slices of hot dogs in it. least it's not
true,
baked
Skunk
beans.
Ape.
So that's good. So
It's
it's
true, Skunk
it's
Ape.
edible.
Shame on them. It's true, Skunk Ape. Shame on them. I can't do much, but I will say a prayer for you and your father.
Yeah.
It's all I can do, but that's horrible. And he's. It's really lucky that he has you, because a lot of people that are 73 years old don't have somebody that can come stock up their freezer. A lot of
Right.
people are younger
Absolutely
than that.
not. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, the thing is true, is that depending on the circumstances, they may not be able to do it themselves because of mobility issues. And I have empathy for them. I get it. You know, I mean, I can only go so far on my legs before my legs say, I'm not going any further. Okay, you're on your own, kid. And that's, I know when somebody says, why don't you buy a Rascal or scooter or something? Yeah, well, Rascals can fit into the trunk of your car, but how heavy are they? Carrying them up 3 flights of stairs every night? That's, I don't know. That's a little bit heavier than putting in the trunk of your car. See, the problem is the when you reach a certain age, everybody in this country assumes you can drive. What happens if you can't? You still got to do things. You still have to go shopping. And remember, if I understand anything, those Rascal scooters, they probably just get a small little lithium-ion battery. They're not huge, designed to go for great distances. And even if it had a lead acid battery, same problem. You're still going to have to carry the heavy thing up the stairs. Lead acid batteries are heavy. So I know the original Rascals probably had a lead acid battery in them. And they assume that when you're elderly, you got a car. Well, I don't have a car. Okay. So I don't have the privilege of basically getting in the car, putting the key in ignition, and going anywhere. It has to range rise. I have the range transportation. And the most get up and go is my feet. And sometimes my feet don't want to get up and go. Like today, for example, my right kneecap was going, you know what? I agree with the left kneecap. I quit. I ended up basically sitting in the bed, dazed and confused, going, now what?
What?
Come on, left leg. Come on, right leg. You're the only one I've got right now. You're working me too hard. I'm sorry. I don't have the option of basically giving you a break. I got to go everywhere on foot.
You've missed some intense stuff happening. An announcer, a quote from Craig. He says, Monica, you're right on point, 100%. My son-in-law is a Suffolk County Special Services. He was called into the city, and his brother was in the fire department, and he ended up getting thyroid cancer from his help in 9/11.
Right. Monica, I was in Cameron Bay for 1 or 2 years, and another tour for 6 months, and unfortunately my friends were going out drinking, and I didn't go that night, and they were killed by mines. Ouch.
Oh my God, Craig. Oh, Craig, bless them. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. Vietnam was...
But there must have been a reason, Craig, why you were spared that situation. There must be a reason for it. There is a reason for some things in this world. Even if we don't understand them at the moments they happen. Yeah.
Skunk Ape says, no wonder old people want to die. And Skunk Ape, the fact that you can be there for your dad is such a blessing to him. You don't even know. There are so many elderly people out there your dad's age that have no one. And even if they have someone, they can't help. So it's a beautiful thing.
There's also so many of them that have been abandoned by their families.
Exactly. So,
especially those in senior housing. They are just absolutely alone. And if you happen to be in an assisted living center, you'd less likely even see your own kids. That's one of the reasons why me and Ed work together, because he's older than me. Okay, I'm 53. He's 62. We work together. I mean, when we're both older people, we wake up with aches, pains, frustrations, but yet even Ed will not deny that he said that I feel more comfortable here than when I was in Florida because it's more of a relaxed environment. I don't feel like I'm sitting in a room with 5 other guys coming in, going weird hours, complaining about people snoring and just it's a quiet environment. So first of all, I understand you need your sleep. And second of all, it's only 2 people. So basically when he's up, I'm asleep. When he's asleep, I'm up. And that's what we kind of try to do. And right now, he has decided he is going to try to quit drinking for the most part because he says he doesn't like what it's doing for his gout and he doesn't like it. So, I bought him a house.
What a touching chat this turned into. Skunk Ape bought his dad a house.
Right.
Skunk Ape's dad is a very lucky man. And I think Skunk Ape, if he would admit it, he probably feels like he's lucky he had his dad, but it's amazing.
But I think I'm sure your father, I don't know anything about your family, but I'm sure that is your mother still alive? Is your mom still with him or did she pass away? Because if she passed away, I bet your father would love if he could maybe find another compatible female partner, companion to spend time with. Maybe a female friend he already knows.
Or even a dude, Michelle, that's a roommate, that's just somebody to talk to. But it sounds like Skunk Ape goes over and sees his dad, and that's amazing. I am hard pressed to go see my folks, and my dad is 74, my mother's 70, and it inspires me to go see him more.
The thing is, though, is Craig, is the fact is that like the Rascal scooter, similar to what you're talking about, they're still talking about a thing called the hover around. First of all, the thing is the hover around is awfully big. I have to carry the thing up 3 flights of stairs every day. That is too much to lug around. The Rascals I've seen are physically smaller. They fold down. They can fit into a trunk of a car. But the problem is I don't know if there's enough battery for what I do with it. And I don't know if it's lithium ion, lithium polymer, lithium phosphate, lithium iron, or lead acid. So I don't know how long the battery density is, but the Rascals are these little things that fold down. They're kind of like those little power scooters. I mean, they're like this power skateboard scooters you see sometimes, but they have a seat on them instead. So basically, you get on them and they just, zip along. It's like one of those. I think you know what I'm talking about, Monica. The scooter thingies. They have the people stand now with the handles in front of them.
Mm-hmm.
They're electric. The throttles, they move back and forth.
Yeah, they have them all over our city.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know how heavy. We had one. I had one that was broken that somebody gave Ed, and it had a standard lithium-ion sealed lead acid battery inside. It wasn't particularly light. It did not have a seat on it, but the thing is that even that would have been a bear. It would have been a real bear to get up 3 flights of stairs. That was heavy because the frame has to be pretty heavy to support the weight of the rider and. I mean, we don't have an elevator here or lift, so we have to take everything upstairs and we have to take it apart and bring it upstairs in pieces, and then bring it downstairs in pieces and reassemble it in pieces, and charge the battery separately. And I was like, nah, this is not going to work for me. That was just a power scooter. That wasn't even a mobility chair. That would have been even more heavy.
I just, if you could get one, I'd still get one. There's going to be you guys have storage sheds or something on the main floor you could put them in.
Yeah.
Maybe we could do a GoFundMe and get you a shed that your landlord would let you
My
build down
father
there.
always was a good man. I mean, even when he was drinking, he was trying to be a good man. My father, in 1977, 78, decided to go sober and quit drinking completely, and it took him a lot of determination to do that. But he did that on his own, and that's one of the reasons why my dad always has been. Ever since that day, my dad has always been close to my chest because I understand the frustrations that he was facing. You know.
Yep, I do. I know what you mean. I think it's a beautiful thing that Skunk Ape forgave his dad, and now he's there for him. He says he sees him 4 times a week, and he's 85 years old. He's so lucky to have him at that age. Both my grandmas, they lived longer than my grandpas, and they didn't make it much past 80. I think I have one grandma that made it to 90. My grandpa, the one that was the Gandhi dancer on the trains, he died on his 68th birthday from an aneurysm in his heart.
Yeah, but he had a long life of experiences.
He did. Well, and he was just amazing. I still remember things he taught me. Oh, here comes that guy I married. I'll be right back.
In my family, the women easily live to be 100+ years old. So, yeah. And now we're talking about women that don't even drink, don't even smoke. So clearly, I'm going to probably be another centurion. Let's just see what happens when I'm 100+. How my life is going to be different. I'll probably be some old crone sitting on YouTube still talking about the same old stuff. Maybe. Yeah, so anyway, like I said, Skunk, I want to get back to what I was saying earlier. If your mom has any female friends that he likes to hang out with, maybe it would be great if he could have his friend come over and visit. Right. Okay, so your mom passed on 3 years ago. Don't forget the empty nest syndrome still affects him. You know, he's dealing with the loss of his loved wife. So maybe he might want to have a female friend come by and hang out. Maybe somebody that's about his age so they could talk together. If he knows somebody from the senior center, I don't know. Maybe we can work something out to bring him some company so he won't be so lonely anymore. Maybe somebody knows how to cook. That would be good for him. Maybe it's a home cooked meal. He might like that. He's got neighbors. Yeah, but that's not the same thing. Skunk Ape. Maybe I'm thinking about maybe he might want to be more than just friends. You never know. After all, you know, the heart and the body, when they have true joy and happiness, they can achieve great miracles. I'll just keep it at that for now to keep the censor from YouTube from thinking this channel's getting too spicy. But I mean, the point is that maybe your father, if he found the right female of his age group, he would have enjoyed his twilight years, and that makes a difference. I know my mother is suffering from the loss of my father, and I know that, you know, she's told me that she misses my dad and that she wishes that he was still with her. So, you know, I have empathy. I understand that. You know, it sucks.
Nobody wants to be alone. Nobody wants to be alone. My husband drives me nuts sometimes because he's so irritable and he talks like somebody put a quarter in him. But I love him, and I wouldn't want to be with anybody else.
Well, remember one thing about Virgos is that we tend to keep a lot of stuff inside. I don't normally go out there and we're not like Pisces or Cancer. We're not going to go out there and tell you everything that's bothering us or what we're feeling.
Cancers don't do that. Cancers do hide it under their shell, but when they explode, it's god awful and it goes on everybody. You're right there.
And when a Virgo explodes, look out.
Yeah. Oh,
Just
yes.
like an
You're
Aquarius,
telling me. I
when
left
an
him.
Aquarius goes off, you know you have got a problem because
I left him, Michelle. I left him one time because he exploded at me because I wasn't keeping the house as clean as him. And me and my son packed up and left him. And he wanted to get together. We went to a marriage counselor. And the marriage counselor said to him, "Is she a disgusting pig? Is there, mold growing on the plates because they're not getting taken care of? Is mold in the fridge?" My husband said, "No." He said, "Then if you want her, it sounds like if she's doing good enough for health, if you want it better, you're going to need to do it." And my husband said, "I love her. I'll do it." And so
right,
he's done all of it. I think I vacuumed twice the whole time we're married. He almost always does all the laundry. He just can't help it. It's a cleanness thing with him. It's a Virgo
right,
thing.
absolutely.
And so I just
It's kind of the same thing with Ed. Ed kind of likes to take shortcuts, and I realized that screaming at Ed to wash this plate better isn't gonna do a damn thing. So I wash them in the morning when I wake up. If there's anything amiss,
yeah,
I want to put them away. Going to kiss it, gets mad and goes, "Where did you put this part? Oh, it's over there. Why do you put
yeah.
the pizza pan so far up there, high up on the shelf?" Well, because I can reach it, and it's kind of not in my way. Well, I can't reach it. Well, okay. Well, I'm the one to get it for you anyway. So yeah. So I try really hard to take care of the stuff in the morning so that everything looks good. I take the garbage out. I try to make sure the cats get fresh water, fresh food, and make sure the kitchen doesn't look like something out of a disaster movie, which usually don't anyway. The floor is another story, but part of the floor problem is that the tiles are just chipping and breaking, and I got to replace the linoleum pieces. But that's something we can do. Just go down there at um, uh, one of those dollar stores, grab a couple boxes of tiles, and just throw them on the floor. That's what I could do.
Yeah. I wouldn't
But
go to tell your
Big
landlord
Lots
needs
is the
to
one
do
that
it.
had the tiles that were
Your
they look
stupid
better than the
landlord.
tiles we already have. So maybe we're to go Big Lots when if I get a ride to Torrington. If I had some extra money, just go ahead buy a couple of boxes of 12-inch tiles or 24-inch tiles and just rip up all the existing tiles and
No,
clean
don't
up and
do it.
remove all the
Don't
glue.
don't do that, Michelle. Don't do that. That's not your job.
Yeah,
Your apartment is supposed to be managed by your landlord. He needs to fix the subfloor. You have rolls. You have uneven subfloor in that kitchen. It needs to be fixed.
yeah,
It can be fixed. He should fix it.
yeah. Well, I agree, but right now he's also got a problem with his wrist.
It doesn't matter. He can pay
Hire
somebody to do it,
somebody.
Michelle. Michelle, he has to pay somebody to do it. You
Speaking
can't
of
get into
that,
this. Don't put a
he
band-aid on
haven't
it.
even
Don't
cashed
put
a
a
rent
band-aid
check
on it.
yet. That's what I'm worried about because
I
I
know.
talked to him today. I said, Jimmy, I said, I see you didn't cash the rent check yet. He said, yeah, I cashed it. It still shows it's in my bank, Jimmy. So I don't know. Did he lose the check? He's starting to become like Joe Biden. The poor guy is like, well, let's put it
How
this
old is
way.
he?
Unless he comes up there and says, don't worry about the rent. I'll just let you keep it. Because I already paid the 400. Then I would say, fine, that's 800 I can use for
No, yeah,
myself.
you cannot spend that money because that check will come through and it'll screw you. Don't spend that money.
I know that.
It'd be wonderful. It'd be wonderful if he'd say, "Yeah, I put you through some shit. You fucked up your knee. You didn't sue me. Your kitchen floor needs to be fixed, but I ain't doing it. Fuck it, have this money back." But he has to tell you to have the money back. You can't just have it. I wish he would because we
Right.
know that you deserve it. We all know you deserve it. You
Yeah.
go without a lot in that apartment that he could fix. Now, I will say that you guys' porch is beautiful. It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
It really is. It's cozy. It's clean.
It's very similar
pretty.
to the original porch, except it's not suffering
beautiful.
from dry rot.
But it's
But
beautiful.
the floor of it needs to seriously be power washed. Yeah.
Yeah, and restained probably. I haven't seen the floor, but I've seen the walls and the pillars, and it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's clean, and I'm sure part of that it's clean is you, but it's clean and it's pretty and it looks comfortable.
Yeah.
You guys could put a big old comfy fluffy sofa out there and enjoy the weather. You know, it's
what's
beautiful.
interesting is, here's the thing that most people don't believe, is the fact is on the porch we have a console television. Even when it's raining outside, it never gets wet by the TV. Never.
Isn't that funny?
Even in the wintertime when it's snowing, it never gets snowed by the TV.
That's cool.
You can be out there watching TV in the middle of a snowstorm and no one would care. That's what you wanted to do, right?
Yeah.
Here you're wearing basically your heavy winter jacket and you're watching I Love Lucy or something.
Yeah. On the old console TV that used to show I Love Lucy.
Yeah.
I think it's so cool that you guys still use that tech. I think it's so cool that you do that. And I wish you'd make videos showing people how to still do that. Showing people how to convert it so that your internet goes into it.
Well, you know what the funny thing was is when we brought the TV inside from the porch originally, the thing was not working quite as good. I guess finally when we brought it down from the inside and we, kind of gently bumped it against the step, I think whatever it was that was loose kind of worked back into proper position, because now it's almost as good as back when it was made. So everybody, Ed's sitting there, he's watching his YouTube channels on it, and it's really kind of cool that way. We got a Blu-ray hooked up to it. We got we got a DVD recorder hooked up to it so we could record his DVDs and stuff. So it's kind of cool that way.
Oh yeah, I know. I still had to give you an address. He was going to give you my address because he said he was going to send me a CD he burned. Some concert. I think it was a Led Zeppelin concert.
Oh, okay. You mean Ed?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was making a concert video or something about a week or two ago.
I'll have to ask him. You'll have to get back to him about that. I mean,
okay.
The problem is trying to get him to be able to keep following up on Discord. He's not really into the Discord thing, but he is on Facebook though. No. So he does check his Facebook.
At least he's there. But I just don't want you to do anything to that kitchen floor. Get on the phone with the landlord. Get me on the phone with him, and I'll tell him what his responsibilities are as a landlord.
Well, this way, I'm glad he finally fixed the black mold problem, fixed the ceiling, put the skylight in where he should have had the skylight from day one. After he put the skylight in, we never had any leaks over there. The maintenance guy that did the work worked really hard to make it look good. Maybe he should have put translucent plastic instead of clear, but that's okay.
Your kitchen floor needs to be level. It's not level. You don't put new tile on it until it's level.
No.
If he doesn't want to do it, then
that's because the whole floor of the building is not level. They're gonna have to jack up the house to make it level, which means a lot of plaster is gonna crack. Because I saw the same situation in this old house. They're gonna have to level it up from the basement because we have a dirt cellar.
They're gonna. You do. You tell Jimmy that either he's gonna pay somebody to come fix it, or you're going to fix it and take it off your rent.
Yeah, that's an idea. I could do that.
And I'll tell my husband to get ready to walk you through it step by step because he's done it before.
Yeah,
he's a painter, but sometimes painters have to do stuff that the framer or the drywaller should have done, or the tile layer should have done the first time. My husband knows a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Well, guys, it's already 10:38. It's already 10:38, and I don't know how many people are watching it right now, dude. I didn't check. Probably 3.
5.
5? Really?
5.
Oh, that's cool. We have 5 and only 6 likes now.
What? How many dislikes?
Yeah. But anyway, guys, the important thing is that tomorrow we will be here in the morning and at 10 a.m. usual time.
Okay.
I have no idea what we're going to cover. I don't know, but I would just say real quick, Blizzard, if you're smart, you start creating new ideas for the future of World of Warcraft. Think
sure.
outside the box.
Or they're going to
And
go
I
the
don't
way of their
mean
request.
using the same box of odds and ends that you've been using for decades. That's not going to work.
Yep. I agree.
Be creative. Okay, that's what your audience wanted. Your Shadowlands looked like a great idea until we realized it's the same old crap with a new coat of paint on it. Please give the audience something different. Give some audience something new. You know, that's all.
Yep. I'm with you.
All right, guys. So for now, I'm going to let you guys go. Thanks, Monica. I'll see you in the morning of show, okay?
Okay. Talk to you in the morning.
All right. Yep. Bye-bye. Yeah, so Blizzard, you're going to have to seriously come up with a better idea because this is not going to work. You can do better than this, Blizzard. You can do better than this. Maybe Michael Mannheim should buy back his intellectual property of World of Warcraft, bring it back to his studio with his team, and fix what needs to be fixed. I'll play World of Warcraft as long as I can. The spring, autumn weather, when it cools down, we'll try to get some gameplay in. I'm still working on my story, and we'll see if we can get something new in. But for the time being, guys, see you tomorrow, 10 a.m. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, guys. Oh, one more thing. What? Don't forget that Sunday nights, 7 o'clock, Discord is AM Silvermoon Radio AM 1610. That's open to anybody to listen to on Discord. When you come into the channel, it only will let you listen. Okay, you can't talk, but you can still chat with people in the general chat as we're listening to the music. Absolutely. And for those people that do sub to this channel, you have to stay subbed for 1 day before you can post comments in the live streams. In the live streams. When the stream's over, you can post comments. Okay, just let me make sure you understand that. And if you think that's fine, I'm going to save my comments and then unsub. And then the next day you say, oh, shoot, I want to say more. You resub, think you can guarantee get your equivalent of 1 day. Sorry, it doesn't work that way. You have to hang around for another day before you can comment. So if you really want to say a lot, stay subbed to the channel. And then once you've earned your 1 day, you're free to go. You don't have to worry about keeping waiting indefinitely every time you unsub and wait another day before you comment. So just stay subbed and your problems are solved. All right, guys. So that's it. Agreed. See you guys tomorrow, guys. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everybody.